Imagine it's 2 in the morning. You have a queen-size bed, and somehow you're lying on exactly 8 inches of mattress. Sound familiar? Today, we're diving into everything about your dog and your sleep situation. By the time we reach point 3 out of 4, you'll likely see your dog in a completely new light tonight.
Yes, you will. Welcome to this video, where your dog, as you can hear, finally gets to speak for himself. Because told from your dog's perspective, my behavior will make so much more sense to you, and you will significantly strengthen our bond, I promise.
An important note before we begin. Dog in bed, yes or no. That's entirely your call. If the answer is yes, the only thing that matters is that your dog is a peaceful bed partner. If he growls or snaps when you move or try to get into bed, that's a warning sign and needs to be addressed, ideally with a trainer who does home visits. Let's get started. 1. Why does my dog come to my bed in the first place? The most popular theory is that dogs are simply chasing warmth and comfort. Fair enough. But does that actually hold up? Your dog isn't short on options. The sofa, his own bed, a spot by the heater. If body heat was all that mattered, any of those would do the job. Yet he ends up next to you every time. So what's really going on? Let's break it down from your dog's perspective.
Want to know why I keep ending up in your bed? It goes back to my biology. When I sleep, I'm completely vulnerable. And my instincts push me toward my pack, because that's where I feel protected. You are my pack. So sleeping next to you isn't random. It's a choice I make. Truth be said, of course some of us aren't big on physical contact, but most of us, we at least want to be in the same room as you when we sleep.
Interesting so far, but what's really driving this behavior? What triggers that inner pull to come to your bed? The answer might surprise you, and it surprised the scientists too. It has to do with something you probably know from a completely different context: hormones and neurotransmitters, the chemicals that control feelings, perceptions, and behavior. Not just in you, in your dog too. Researchers at a university in Budapest took a classic psychology test, originally designed to measure the bond between mothers and infants, and applied it to dogs. The result was remarkable. Dogs form attachments to their owners that are functionally comparable to the mother-child bond. Dogs show a similar drive for closeness, a similar distress during separation, similar relief at reunion. There is a special bond between dogs and humans. But how deep is this bond really? 61% of the dogs tested showed secure attachment, almost exactly the same rate as human infants. Secure attachment is the bond type we all aim for, not just with our dogs, but also with the people who matter most to us. There is a but. Beyond secure attachment, there are 3 other types we really don't want to strive for: insecure avoidant, insecure ambivalent, and insecure disorganized. Let's have a deeper look, once again from your dog's perspective.
Insecure avoidant. That means I avoid too much emotional closeness with you. There are multiple reasons I can't explain right now, because they vary from dog to dog. More precisely, the reasons depend mainly on the relationship you and I currently have. Insecure ambivalent. That means that I probably can't let you out of my sight while we are at home. Separation stresses me out, and when you come back, it takes me a long time to calm down. Insecure disorganized. This is the most complex one. It means that I want to be close to you, but I'm also afraid of it. That can happen when you seem unpredictable to me, when I have to brace for emotional outbursts, impatient leash yanking, or scolding. I want closeness, but I'm not sure I can fully trust you. Securely attached. That means that we are a dream team. Why? Because you're calm, predictable, and reliable. From the start, you set rules and boundaries that make me feel safe. Your consistency gives me confidence. I know, whatever happens, you've got me. So I explore the world curiously, while always keeping you in the back of my mind. When things get stressful, I recover quickly at your side. A secure bond means a wonderful, happy life for the both of us.
That was really interesting, thank you. Now, let's get back to the sleep situation. When your dog chooses to sleep next to you, he's seeking closeness in his most vulnerable moment. With you, his favorite person. He's telling you without words that he feels safe with you. That's quite a compliment. And there is something else worth mentioning. In 2015, a research team at Azabu University in Japan published a study measuring oxytocin levels in 30 dog-human pairs. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone, the same one that floods a mother's brain when she holds her newborn for the first time. Here's where it gets good. When your dog looks at you and you look back, both your oxytocin levels rise simultaneously. The longer and more intensely your dog holds your gaze, the more oxytocin. You feel an even stronger connection.
That's right. I really love having intense eye contact with you. If our relationship is full of trust, please keep in mind that I appreciate it if you briefly blink every now and then while we are having eye contact, as your soft blink tells me that you mean me no harm.
2. Do you actually sleep well with a dog in bed? The answer is more complicated than you would expect. Researchers tracked the sleep quality of 40 adults and their dogs over 7 nights using sleep trackers. The results were clear. Objectively, the dogs disrupted sleep. Movement, turning, and the occasional full-body stretch at 3 in the morning, and yet most participants reported sleeping very well. How does that add up?
The answer is easy. According to surveys, we are perceived as less disruptive than human bed partners. When I make snoring-like sounds, it tends to come across as cute. Lucky me. Meanwhile, a human partner's snoring can genuinely wear you down and spike your heart rate in the worst way. A follow-up study using motion sensors showed that dog owners briefly woke when their dog moved, but barely remembered it in the morning. The sense of comfort and security from being close to me outweighed the disruption. Feel free to drop a comment on whether you agree. Do you prefer your dog's snoring or your partner's? I have a feeling that I already know the answer.
3. How did this deep connection between dogs and humans even come about? This part is really fascinating. Dogs were domesticated before agriculture even existed, roughly 15,000 years ago or more. It all started when some wolves began approaching human camps and figured out that survival is better near humans. And humans, in turn, gained a natural early warning system, a genuine win-win. In Germany, a burial site approximately 14,000 years old was discovered, the so-called Oberkassel find near Bonn. 2 humans, buried together, a dog beside them. Even 14,000 years ago, dogs were apparently not just working animals for some people. They were family. And now, what I really want you to take away from this video, because what I'm about to share could matter one day. 4. Should I be worried if my dog suddenly stops sleeping next to me? If your dog has slept next to you for months and suddenly stops, don't just brush it off. First, a few harmless reasons why your dog stops sleeping next to you. A change in the environment, a new animal or person in the home, an overnight guest, altered daily routines due to shift work or vacation.
It's true. Some of us are extremely sensitive to changes in our environment. Sometimes, just rearranging furniture, moving a shelf, or shifting my dog bed to a new spot is too much. What feels like nothing to you feels like a major shift to me, your dog. Let me tell you about the more serious reasons why I stopped sleeping next to you. Vets know changes in sleeping location are among the earliest signs of pain, often before limping, or stiffness becomes visible. If I suddenly stop jumping onto the bed like I used to, I haven't just changed my mind. I may be experiencing pain I didn't have before. In older dogs, disrupted sleep patterns are a classic symptom of canine cognitive dysfunction, the dog equivalent of dementia. Please remember, I can only communicate through behavior. So pay attention and don't dismiss changes with, "He just doesn't feel like it today," or "He's just getting old." Always look closely and help me. Remember this. The next time you wake up at 3 in the morning, 8 inches of mattress left, my full body weight pressed against your legs or sprawled across you, you'll know what's really happening. I, your dog, chose you, despite the couch. despite my cozy dog bed. Behind that choice, more than 15,000 years of evolution, a neurochemical loop no other species shares, and an attachment system comparable to the bond between mother and child. Sleeping next to you, or simply near you, is the safest place in my world, and science says it's very likely good for you too. So, where does your dog sleep tonight?